Working hard. 你好吗? It is nice to see you again. I hope you try out the melon bowl soup we made. You know, the Chinese have been part of Australia's history for over 150 years. Many of them came down under during Australia's gold rush. In Australia, Chinese cuisine definitely has an edge. Some of the freshest seafood in the world is available right there. We're going to get cooking in a minute, but first, let us check out the fresh catch down under in spectacular Sydney. Many come to Sydney for the Great Opera House. Me? Greek seafood is true music to my ears. And the Grand Opera of seafood is right here at the Sydney Fish Market. This is salmon?
Well, actually, not salmon, slit fin salmon.
Oh, slit fin
which
salmon.
is the slit fin there.
Oh, slit fin salmon.
The spiky dory, or oleo they call, deep sea fish.
Look at this.
They cook quite nice meat, this one.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Whoa. Slice it up, clean it up, and slice it into pieces, and oil blanch them or water blanch them. How's the meat taste? Is it good?
Very good. Pig fish is delicacy to Chinese people here. This is we call balmain, and this is a normal large size. Actually, walk on the bottom of the sea, walking and flying with this.
Oh, flying! They actually fly. It is certainly not the old fishmonger at work here. Sydney has a state-of-the-art computerized auctioning system. This looks more like the stock market than a fish market.
Right, this is a kingfish going up now, buyers. A kingfish, 20-kilo kingfish.
Every weekday morning, starting at 5:30 a.m., 65 tons of fresh catch is auctioned off in this place. It is the biggest seafood sale in the Southern Hemisphere. My friends Eric and Linda Wong have been running one of the most popular seafood restaurants in Sydney. This might look like an aquarium, but these are actually tanks where they keep the live seafood. Diners come and do their own picking. A one-stop shopping and dining experience. For the Chinese, fresh seafood means live, moving seafood. That is freshness. If you are a crab lover like me, this is your dining experience of a lifetime. The giant king crab of Australia. At Golden Century, you pick your live seafood and you pay by the weight. The restaurant chef will cook it any way you want. Chef Robert Ho is giving this king crab the royal treatment. First, he dusts the crab with some cornstarch, and then into the hot sizzling oil. Golden brown. Then it is into the wok for some hot pepper salt treatment. That huge crab is not just for one dish. While Chef Ho is doing the pepper salt crab, Chef Wong is making a braised crab in a butter garlic sauce. He started with the same deep fried crab, but instead of pepper and salt, there is a sauce of butter and lots of garlic. Wow, this smells absolutely out of this world. Giant oysters. Eric and Linda's restaurant is definitely tops in its innovations. Here's an interesting dish that combines the taste of fresh oyster, bean thread noodles, and chef's special XO sauce. Off they go to the steamer. What happened to the huge king crab shell? As it turns out, it makes a great platter for a dish featuring Chinese emu noodles with crab roll. Your master chef have prepared a feast for us. Eric and Linda of Golden Century have introduced me to Sydney City Council, Mr. Robert Ho, and Mr. Alan Yip. You were actually born right here in Chinatown, a block from here.
Just down the street in 219 Thomas Street, Haymarket. That was in 1940. That's when my 1940. So,
the year before I was born.
1940.
Yes. And my father was down in the markets for many years. He had a produce merchant on the corner of Harbour Street, 90 Hay Street. Sold potatoes, onions, and pumpkin.
Oh, produce.
Yes, produce.
They've been in the food business for 5 generations.
Ah, yes. My grandfather grew tobacco up in Tamworth. I'm doing some research on my family history at the moment, and it goes back to that my great-grandfather was here in about the time of 1880.
Thank you for giving us such insight about the Chinese and the Chinese community in Sydney and many parts of Australia. When you have a live, fresh crab, this is how you do it. You hold on to this, you hold on to the shell, and you go, you push it out, and then, look at this, push it out, and then you remove the lung. This is the lung. You don't want the lung, okay? The lung is no good. Remove the lung, put it right over here, and then remove this. This is the mouth. We don't need this either. And we'll put it right over here, and then turn it to the other side. You see this? This is something need to be moved. Hold on to this, and you push. The whole thing comes out like this. See? Very simple. And then you cut this right in half, and you cut this off. Cut this off, and you cut this off. Okay. Cut this off, and then also this, you crack this a little bit because you want the flavor comes out. Cut this, and then always remove all of these. Remove the leg. This is the last part of the leg. Doesn't have any meat, doesn't have any flavor. There's no meat anyway, so get rid of this, and then you're going to get ready. You see this? Okay. And then cut this up. Cut this up. Crack. And then you are ready to toss this into flour or cornstarch. You know, people ask me, Martin, how come you're so lucky? Your hand you've been cooking for 15, 18 years. How come all your fingers still right there? You know why? Because I was blessed by Joe Guan, my kitchen god. That's the reason why. He looked after me. That's the reason why I am so lucky. So make sure you have one of these Joe Guan kitchen god in your kitchen. And then we toss this into flour. Oh, make sure everything is nice and clean. Always keep your working area nice and clean. Toss this in, toss this, and then we're going to take it over there and fry it, okay? Even this, we should toss it in. A tiny bit of flour or cornstarch. Very, very important. This, you know why you do that? Because you want to have the cornstarch to absorb the liquid. So when you deep fry, they won't splash all over the place. Of course, you got to make sure you clean this up after you put this in. Here, I'm going to take over here and deep fry this in hot oil. Turn the oil. Whoa, make sure it's nice and high. Deep fry this until they're golden brown. You don't have to deep fry 100%, okay? Deep fry until they're golden brown. Look at this. It changed color. Oh, including this. You also have to deep fry this. In the meantime, you put this over here and wash your hand. Make sure, always maintain a clean working environment. And also your hand is nice and clean, okay? Make sure it's nice and clean. And then in the meantime, we're going to cook some cellophane noodle. Put it on the bottom. Here, cellophane noodle already soaked. You buy them cellophane noodle in a little package like this. See this? Very easy. They're dry. They can be kept in the pantry for months. And then make sure we check our crab. Look at the change color. Whoa, very easy. Nice and golden brown. When it's done, look at the change of color. Look at it, how beautiful. Oh, let us continue to deep fry this. In the meantime, I'm going to put a tiny bit of broth, put a tiny bit of soy sauce and pepper, tiny bit of wine, tiny bit of lemongrass. Now, this, if you are able to find this, this is garlic chive, and this is green, and this is yellow chive, also from the garlic chive. And I put a tiny bit of these to add flavor, if this is available to you, okay? You add this in, it is very, very good. You can even stir fry with this. And then now we are ready to do this. This is done. We want to take this out because you're not really 100% cooked. Look how beautiful this is, okay? Put this on the side, and then put this right in here. Whoa, beautiful pieces like this. Let it drain. Let it drain. Look at that, huh? And then put everything in here. Make sure they're nice and done. And then shut it off, and then you can start stir frying it. In the meantime, you're also cooking the cellophane noodle. You see, cooking the cellophane noodle. Make sure it's nice and done. Okay, cooking the cellophane noodle. This is hot enough. And then, beautiful. And then we use a tiny bit of oil and a tiny bit of butter. Tiny bit of oil and a tiny bit of butter. Look how beautiful. Whoa, 2 tablespoons of butter. Tiny bit of crushed, freshly ground pepper. And then, look at this. And then I'm going to put the whole thing. Look at how beautiful this is. The whole thing. I'm going to slide the whole thing right here. And what I call wok-baked. Okay? Oh, beautiful. Let it break a little bit. Lemongrass and garlic. A lot of garlic and lemongrass. Cover this up a little bit with a tiny bit of seafood broth. And let it bake for a few seconds. In the meantime, I'm going to show you how easy it is to garnish this. This is going to be very, very good. This is nice and done. Doesn't take too long to cook. When this is all nice and ready, look at this. This is beautiful. Then we're going to put this right in the middle. Okay? This is all I need. I'm going to use this. Some extra one of these to put it right over here, because I'm going to use this to absorb all the juice and the flavor from the crab, okay? And then in the meantime, this is done. You'll bake it for approximately 2 to 3 minutes because it's already done. Whoa. Oh, look at this. This is so much, so wonderful. You put the whole thing over here. And then you have time. Lay them all out. Put this right over here. Put this right over here. Whoa, look at this. And then put all this back. Put all this back. Put all this back. And then cover this whole thing up like this. You know what? What you have is a beautiful wok-baked garlic butter crab. I am deep frying the fish skeleton to make a fish bowl for my next dish. This is a surfing bowl. Make sure your oil is very, very hot. Look at this. Nice and golden brown. And like a bowl. Look at this. Nice and golden brown. Let it drain really well. Right over here. Let it drain. Just like a fish bowl. Look at that. That is a nice fish bowl. And then in the meantime, I want to show everybody how easy it is to do my next dish. You know, I love seafood, just like many of you. I love all kind of seafood, whether it's shellfish, mollusks, and fish. Particularly fish. Fish is good for you. A lot of omega-3. So this is a wonderful flounder here. You can use sand dab. You can use literally any fish. I fillet them. You see, all these are gone. This is the bone. And I push this, and I sprinkle with tiny bit of salt and pepper and 5 spices. And I put in a hot oil, and I deep fry it like a bowl. In the meantime, these are the fish fillet. Look at this. This is the fish fillet cut into very thin strips. And then I'm going to show you how easy it is. Fish fillet with tiny bit of cornstarch and white pepper and 5 spice powder. Just marinate it a little bit, okay? And then you crush some nori. This is the nori. This is the seaweed, the Japanese seaweed. You go to sushi bar, you go to Yuppie sushi bar, they use this for their sushi. And this is dry. You can keep it in the pantry for at least 6 to 8 months, you see. Then you crush it, you see. You crush it with the machine, with a chopper or food processor. Or you can do it by hand, particularly when you're watching Martin's Chinatown. You do it, but it takes about maybe 2 or 3 hours to do enough. And that means in order to have the whole dish, to make enough for the whole fish, you probably have to watch about 12 of these Martin's Chinatown. Now, this is how we do it. You roll it up. We roll it up. We roll it up. like this, and then lightly seal this with a tiny bit of flour mixture with water, like a paste. And then you set aside. If you are not quite sure, what you do is you use a little toothpick to poke it through over here. You poke it over here, so this way it won't come out, okay? You do it one more time. Roll it, roll it. You know, if you want to make it really fancy, put a tiny bit of julienne of cilantro, green onion, carrot, and shiitake mushroom to make it even fancier. Put a tiny bit of these again, tiny bit of these, and then you roll it with a toothpick. Oh, look at this, toothpick. Oh, very nice. And then you roll it in the nori, okay? Roll it right over here. Look at this, this whole thing coated, all coated like this. Look how beautiful. Look at this, whole thing coated, coated. And when it's deep fried, it's golden, blackened like a silver, beautiful. And then we're going to deep fry this. Always, always clean up. Good habit, okay? Good habit to clean up. And then we are ready. Hot oil. When the oil is too hot, you shut it off. This is how you control it, okay? And you put this in. You put this in. Nice. Oh, beautiful. Okay? Very nice. And then you use this. In the meantime, you get ready to serve. Very easy to do. Put the plate right here. Oh, it doesn't take too long to cook. When you deep fry, make sure you stay away from oil. Never get that close. That's why you use long cooking chopstick. You can go stay away like that, you know. You can never get hurt. Safety in the kitchen. It doesn't take too long to cook. Beautiful, golden brown. Whoa, look at this. Look at how beautiful this is. Nice. Now we'll put all of these right over here. Right over here. Whoa, look at this. Nice. And we're going to serve these. Oh, I don't want to miss the last one. Oh, look at this. The last one. When this is all nice and done, we're going to put the fish bowl right here. Look at this beautiful fish bowl. And then you put all of these. Remove the toothpick. Remove the toothpick. You don't want to get stuck with the toothpick. Lay them all out. Lay them all out. This is a very unique dish. Look at this. This is so beautiful. Nice. When this is done, look at this. You sprinkle a tiny bit of green onion and you serve with sweet chili sauce. Put it right here. This is what you have. Nori dust from the bundles. I'm getting some Napa cabbage shredded. This is Napa cabbage, wonderful. Chinese use a lot of these. Korean use a lot of these, and Japanese use a lot of these. Kimchi, Chinese uses for stir fry, for salad, for casserole, and simply wonderful, good, healthy food. I put this in my cellophane noodle. That's got cellophane noodle here. Some wood ear already shredded. I also put it here. Green onion. This is going to be underneath my oyster. I'm going to do a wonderful oyster. You know, in Australia, everybody loves oyster, just like people in Louisiana. Here, I have a wonderful piece of oyster, and I open this up. When you do this, it's better to use this, to hold on to this. You won't cut yourself, okay? Open this, and then you open this up. You see, the whole thing will come out. The whole thing. See, the whole piece will come out like this. Make sure you get the freshest oyster. Once this is done, what we're going to do is we'll mix all of these ingredients, toss it in, put a tiny bit of oyster flavor sauce. You see, toss a tiny bit of oyster flavor sauce, and I put all of these right underneath here. Look at this. Now, this is going to be good because when I steam this, the flavor and the juice of the oyster is absorbed by all this wonderful cellophane noodle. Look at this. Then we're going to take this over here and we're going to steam it. It doesn't take too long to steam. Let me see. Let's put one over here. Whoa. Tiny bit over here. And of course, you got to put some wonderful XO sauce. Here is the XO sauce. XO sauce is a seafood chili sauce that the chef in Hong Kong and Australia, Chinatown, created. Look at this. This is so beautiful. Wow, this is it. And then you steam it for approximately 5 to 7 minutes. Depends on how big the oyster is. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of things here. We're going to get all these ready to steam it and garnish it. This is mint, deep fried mint. And this is deep fried, wonderful nori when it's done. Look at this. This is very, very simple. Look at this. Whoa! You can steam the whole thing. And you serve these right over here. The XO sauce is right here. Put a tiny bit of mint, couple of pieces of mint, couple of pieces of mint. There's a deep fried mint, and a couple of pieces of mint, and some wonderful nori right in the middle. And you put this right over here. Oh, see, it's so beautiful. Now, when you do this, make sure you have at least 1 or 2 pieces per person. So this way, everybody can enjoy it. You know that the XO sauces still stay right here. This is how beautiful this is. Look, steamed oyster on the half shell with XO sauce. Very Australian. Hey, Crocodile Dundee, eat your hearts out. Now try it yourself and let me know how you like it. So until next time, remember, if Yan can cook oyster, so can you. 再见。